Hello, welcome to Work on Miniatures. I'm Jim, and today we're going to be painting the Ghoul Queen from the Dark Heaven Bones line from Reaper Miniatures. It's 100 degrees outside with 50% humidity, and I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt because I don't want sunburn, so I'm going to be weed eating for the next 6 hours. When that's done, we're going to get started. This miniature has been pre-primed with Vallejo's white primer, followed by an anti-zenithal spray of golden high-flow acrylics quinacridone magenta, and then additional zenithal spray of the white primer. With the primer dried, I began applying speed paints to base coat everything except the metals. For the bones and the clothing, I add additional speed paints diluted with water to add some additional shadows to the clothing and the bones. I won't be showing what I did for the metals in this video, but it's the exact same thing I did for the orc sword found in this video here. Once the base coats are dried, I lay down a few coats of Tester's Dull Coat Matte Varnish before mixing oil paints with mineral spirits for a wash. I'll be mixing purple from cadmium red and phthalo blue for the clothing, ivory black for the metal, hair, and red items, and then burnt sienna for the flesh and yellow ochre for the bones. I use a sculpting tool to cleanly transfer a small amount of paint to my palette, and then use a small dropper to add mineral spirits to the paints, and then mix them with a cheap synthetic brush. If you've never used oil paints or are intimidated to try them, don't be. Other than needing mineral spirits, a synthetic brush, sponges or Q-tips to remove excess, and plenty of paper towels, they're fairly easy to use, especially for washes. Just be careful not to spill the spirits or oils. After 30 to 45 minutes, I dip makeup sponges in mineral spirits and remove some of the excess with paper towels. I want the sponges damp, but I don't want any spirits dripping down the miniatures as I lightly wipe away the oils, leaving it only in the recessed areas. The red belts are highlighted with layer highlights over less surface area with each color, using Mars Red, Lava Orange, and Mythical Orange, respectively. The flesh was built up with a layer of corpse pale, a stain of thinned down crusader skin, a smaller layer highlight of corpse pale, and then finally a 1-to-1 mix of corpse pale and mummy robes. For the clothing, I only apply a light layer highlight of Gorgon hide. You would expect the flesh, particularly the bust, to be where I would be trying to put the most work in to draw attention to, but I really liked how the clothing came out from the first base coat of Runic Grey, so unintentionally this instantly became where my eyes are drawn each time I look at this miniature. Considering the clothing makes up a large surface area of the miniature, I don't feel like this was a mistake. This is the final result. I may come back later and smooth out the flesh a little more, and I regret painting the straps and belts with red. I don't hate it, but I feel like a dark or mid-gray would have been better, so long as it was easily distinguishable from the metal. The anti-zenithal spray of magenta I felt had a nice touch to the shadows, especially adding a simple touch of gauntness and emaciation to the face. This was also the first time I used Army Painter's Battlefield Steppe Grass, and I was happy with how it looked, compared to the flocking I normally use. That's going to wrap it up for today. I hope you learned something or inspired to start or expand your own collection. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And if you like the content of this video and would like to see more, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm Jim with Working with Miniatures, and truly grateful for your time. I bid you a fond farewell. Until the next video.